Hey everybody, it's April, and you know what time it is. It's the No Spring Chicken with April Walterscheid podcast, episode 8. We're almost done with season 2, and today I'm at Saguaro Lake in Arizona. I've been dog sitting for the past week, some mangy Weimaraners that have a lot of anxiety, and they're taking a lot of pills to combat that anxiety. But yeah, my friend wanted to go here today to go on a boat ride. We missed the boat because of like some construction going on the 101. But we're still doing this podcast. I was supposed to be on a boat, but I think it would have been too noisy anyway. There would have been like a live jazz band, which jazz is awesome. But I like these bird noises a lot better. Whatever that bird is. I need to get the Merlin bird app out and see what kind of bird that is. Do you hear it? Yeah, so that's probably one of the boats we were on, or I don't know. That's a gift shop. I'm not really sure if that's the boat we were supposed to be on. But it was called the Desert Belle Tour Boat, and the tickets are sold right here. Or online if you want to do it. But okay, before I start the podcast, subscribe to my podcast. Subscribe to my channel right now. Thank you. Just hit subscribe. Thank you again. If you hit subscribe. That's for anyone who didn't subscribe. If you subscribed the first time, 2 times I said it, thank you. But the third time, I was hoping to get the people that are straggling. Let's do the live boba pop. Do you have your boba tea? I got mine. I got the same one. I got the same one from RS Boba. It's so good. I got the kiwi again. I was gonna do something different, like get hibiscus or blueberry, but I didn't. So let's do the live boba pop. Here we go. We got our straws. Let's do it. Boba ASMR. All right, here we go. My Roy, can you hold this microphone? I have my friend Roy helping me. He's great. Just hold it right by my mouth. Okay. All right. We're going to do the live boba pop. Okay, 1, do it with me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. He's like, you're welcome. You're welcome. I've been waiting hours for this boba. I have not eaten at all. On purpose. We got burritos, but we're gonna eat them after. Okay. I have an outline I brought for the podcast. I'm excited. Let's do the boba pop top. Okay, we did that. I should make that a t-shirt, the boba pop top live. Do the live boba pop top. If you guys want to make shirts and send designs to me, let me know. I can do it, but I mean, Roy might have some ideas. He's really good at art and drawing and stuff. Okay, I was supposed to be on a big 3-story boat at Saguaro Lake, and I haven't been here since 2010. I had that in my notes. I haven't been to this lake at all. I actually went to Canyon Lake, which is like further north near Tortilla Flats, Arizona. I got that lake confused with this one. I haven't been to this lake at all, and I apologize for the lighting, but this is the prettier view, by the way, so the lighting's better actually this way, but it's just a bush. Like, it would just be this desert bush. And can you believe this is Arizona? Oh, there's a storm coming in. I forgot to say, the clouds behind me are coming in, and my tripod might fall. Okay. Anyways, so I've been dog sitting the same dogs from the last podcast episode 7. Okay. Oh, update on my life. I've been opening for a famous comedian named Helen Hong, and she has a special on Amazon Prime called Well Hong, and that's been fun. I didn't expect that. I reached out to like 13 touring comedians in Arizona, and she's the one that responded, so I'm doing guest spots for her. I'm doing one tonight, and by tonight I mean Saturday, 7 p.m. I did not expect all this wind. I feel like a news reporter. April O'Neil, live. We are in the midst of a thunderstorm at Saguaro Lake. The Ninja Turtles are nowhere to be found. They're hiding under the lake in the sewers. Okay. My Instagram's April O'Neil. So this is called the Murderers I Know episode. And I'm laughing at how windy it is. is the Murderers I Know episode, guys. And I actually almost wanted this episode to be about weird murders I wish they made into documentaries. Like the Knoxville date murder of Shannon and Christopher in 2007. Did they make a documentary about that one? If they did, I'm gonna watch it. Tennessee, it was Knoxville, Tennessee, was where that murder was done, and it's a weird one. It's a weird murder. It's almost like a weird Sharon Tate style murder. It's kind of like that. It's weird like that. But Tennessee, I found out, has one of the highest murder rates in the nation, ranking 3rd in the United States. Anyway, I already know enough murderers, so let's get into it. Like, I don't need to bring murders into this episode from people I don't know. Let's talk about the murders I do know. That's what this episode is about. So, my first like bold text right here is, why do I know murderers? I'm wondering that too. But I looked up the Google statistic, and while so I looked up Google statistics, and it says that we all know murderers. You just don't know it. It's the guy working at 7-Eleven who's getting away with it right now. The guy at Walmart getting away with it. It's always like, it doesn't have to be Walmart. It could be that he's a high executive at like Cisco Technologies. Like, you just never know. It doesn't have to be a low-paying place that is notoriously known for being low-paying. But so Google statistics says, while it's impossible to know a definitive number, one common estimate suggests that the average person, like you and me, unknowingly walks past 36 murderers in their lifetime. A figure based on the international murder rate. I don't know the United States murder rate, but international murder rate and statistical projections of encounters in a lifetime. So I am all of that statistics so that you don't have to be, so don't even worry about it. I know all the murderers so that you don't have to know them. You're welcome. I'm also developing jokes about some of the things I'm talking about today. I won't really be talking about the jokes, but I will try to stay very serious as I talk about how I met these murderers. So the first murderer, his name is Brian Miller. He's on death row, or he's dead. I don't know. He might be dead, but he's on death row. And my paper is blowing in the wind. How I met him was in a cosplay group in Phoenix, Arizona in 2013. I didn't ever want to do cosplay in my whole life. I never like woke up wanting to do cosplay, but one of the people in the community offered to make me outfits. They needed like another person for their photo shoots. I'm gonna take a sip of my boba. There's also a family walking by. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I dressed up as the bunny from Alice in Wonderland, but steampunk version. And what else? We did Powerpuff Girls. I was Blossom. I did buy a bow from Michael's, like a Christmas bow, a huge Christmas bow. Put it in my hair. But yeah, I still have some of these outfits, and I can wear them for Halloween, but I don't. I haven't dressed up for Halloween in a long time. I really want to though. But yeah, that was really nice. They made my outfits. I didn't have to do much. I had to drive from Mesa to like Deer Valley. That was the tough part. We went out to places like the Salt River and like did a mermaid photo shoot, and I had purple hair, a purple wig. It was really fun. But yeah, Brian was in that group and he didn't say much. I mean, I was in his car once, which is creepy. I think he had a crush on me, but I think he had a crush on everyone in the cosplay community. I think he would make posts about me on Facebook and not say my name. Like really mean posts. Mostly a quiet guy. He had a daughter. He still has a daughter. I'm sure she's around. She's wonderful. And I had lunch with him at Metro Center Mall with his daughter. Oh gosh. Yeah. And then, yeah, one day in like 2015 or 2016, there was a post in the Arizona Cosplay Society Facebook group. Somebody said, somebody showed Brian being arrested, and I thought it was an AI photo. There's really no AI photos back then. There's just Siri, and maybe other AI things that were working for like corporations that corporations were using. But there's a photo of him being arrested by Phoenix police, but I just thought it was a fake photo. I'm like, oh, that's funny. But no, it was real. He got arrested. And then I got interrogated by police about him. And the whole time that I knew him, he would try to convince me on Facebook to like him. He would say like, why not me? Or why don't you consider my feelings when you say you don't like me? Or, I mean, I didn't say like a hardcore, I don't like you, but you know, he just didn't take rejection well. He was really worried about his feelings over anyone else's. But yeah, I got interrogated by police. I was actually at work. One day I worked at PayPal and I got a call. I have a joke about this. I got a phone call from Phoenix Homicide. They left a voicemail, and I work at PayPal Credit. I was working at the PayPal Credit call center at the time, and it was like, okay, like I kind of like saw the voicemail, or I saw that a weird number had called me. I went to the bathroom. I went into like break on my computer, went to the bathroom, and it was Veronica from Phoenix Homicide, and she said, we want to talk to you, April, and you know what this is about. And then she hung up. And I have a whole joke about that part, and I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, Veronica. What are you talking about? I thought like, because the night before I was on set in Chandler, Arizona, being an extra on an indie film, and there was a guy there that was also an extra, and he was talking about how he doesn't give money to homeless people. He randomly was talking about homeless people, how you can't give them money. You got to give them like toiletries in a nicely wrapped box. And I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. Okay. And then when we were done filming for the night, we were like closing up shop. We were at some like, in Chandler, Arizona, there's a Irish pub that we were filming at. If you live in Chandler, like downtown Chandler, you know the one I'm talking about. Hopefully, if it's still there. He walked me to my car and he said, hey, I'm gonna stop this from moving. He said, hey, I actually have some toiletries wrapped in a box if you want to take it and try it out for yourself, April. And he gave me the box, and then he drove away, and I was shaking the box, and I don't know, it didn't seem like it had toiletries in it. Like soap. It seemed like it had weed in it or some drugs. So I put the box of toiletries, it was all nicely wrapped, or the box of whatever it was in there. I put it in a city tree vase, like a huge vase that holds a tree in downtown Chandler, just along the walkway. I put it in there, and then I drove away because I didn't want to get pulled over. It was 2015, and like weed's not legal in Arizona at the time. So when Veronica called me from Phoenix Homicide, I was like, oh my God. Somebody, a homeless person, whoever, not a homeless, an unhoused person, a housed person, whoever, got that gift box of quote unquote toiletries out of the city tree vase and opened it and did all the drugs in there, and they killed someone, and now it's a homicide case. And I really thought that happened. I really thought I had caused a murder from that. And I was like, this is like before my lunch break at PayPal. I was just like, what's happening? Like during the calls at PayPal Credit I was taking, I'm all just thinking like a million math equations were just like rushing out my head. I was just like somebody calls in like, I need my late fee waived, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, did I cause a murder? But I called Veronica on my lunch break at PayPal, and she told me, oh, we're calling about Brian Miller. We want to talk to you. We just want to talk about him. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness it's just Brian Miller that you want to talk about. Oh my God. Yeah, he murdered someone, I guess, 20 years ago. Yeah, I can talk to you about it. You want me to drive to you guys are in Phoenix, but you want me to drive to the downtown Mesa precinct? You guys are going to meet me there? Okay, cool. That works. And they were really nice. They brought donuts. They were like really nice interrogators. They were nothing like you see on TV, but also I'm not like a suspect, so. But I thought I was, so. Yeah, they were really nice. Yeah, they just had a few questions. I guess how interrogations work is if they had interrogated somebody else, our photographer and our, I would say, character coordinator. Because we also did Wizard of Oz. We did some other characters. We did photo shoots. She would coordinate like kind of what we dress up as and stuff. Oh, my notes are everywhere. Roy's getting my notes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we're back. Okay, it's so windy. I didn't expect this. I expected it to be like hot. Okay, so our photographer slash character coordinator, she had mentioned my name, that like Brian was trying to convince me to like him. She probably heard it from me and probably other people. I'm sure it wasn't just me he was trying to convince someone to like. But yeah, she mentioned my name and then that's how they found me. I thought maybe they like dug through his Facebook messages, but no, in 2015 they didn't do that. And he actually, yeah, he murdered people 20 years ago. You can find him on true crime. You can find him on podcasts. There's a reporter who tried to email him. There's that article about the emails she got back from him or the letters she got back from him. And so many things about him. There's probably stuff on Netflix. One of these people, there's something about Netflix for one of these people on my list here. I have a few to talk about. What else about him? Yeah, I mean, he got away with it for 20 years because they had DNA testing in 1992 is when he actually murdered like 2 or 3 people. One is inconclusive. They don't know for sure, but the other 2 he murdered. And he murdered them by a canal and like kept one of their heads supposedly in a shed, and he kept their bike. He kept something of theirs, of the victims. But they had DNA testing in 1992. I used to think they didn't, but they did. He just wasn't a criminal. He was like 18 when he did this, near Metro Center malls where his crimes were committed. And they take your DNA back then and try to find you if you're an existing criminal, and that's the best they could do. That's all they could do. And then if you weren't an existing criminal, they just let you go. So if you were a criminal in the 90s, you had it made. Or before then, you were killing it. You could just get away with it for 20 years. He used to drive around an auctioned off police vehicle called Lucky Duck. Like he got one of those old Fords that the police would auction off. And then he painted Lucky Duck on the side or had it painted because he really was lucky to get away with it for 20 years. But it's got to be stressful just thinking you can get caught anytime. They just pulled his file for some reason. Okay, so the next murderer was Chris Raboyne. He's in Tucson. I'll try to keep it short. I know you like the juicy stuff on the murder stuff, and I do too. But I think around 2015 we were filming sketches in Tucson, Arizona, and he wrote really good sketches. They're really witty. Like I would dress up as the church lady. I would dress up as like all the Dana Carvey characters. Like, isn't that special? Like that kind of stuff. And like I had these outfits and I drowned I had to put my head in water for one of the sketches. One of the sketches I was like a church lady and like everyone's coming at me. Some extras were coming at me with like weapons, but it was funny or something. And one of the things we did was for the 48-hour film festival, and it got played at AMC or Harkins. I think Harkins Theaters, because that's like the local theater here that is owned and operated in Arizona. And I just remember seeing myself on the big screen. That was fun. And we had filmed like 1 or 2 more sketches that I drove down to Tucson for, and we filmed it at like where a bunch of like you can rent out office space. It's like a co-working space. And we would film at night. But I don't know, I just wanted to see their sketches. I was like, where are they? So one day I tried to like contact Chris. had been like a year or two, and I'm like, where are these other sketches? They were so witty. Like, you're such a great writer. Where are they? And his Facebook was not active. Like, it was active, but I could tell he hadn't posted in a year or two. And I'm like, what happened? And then I Googled him, and he had murdered his girlfriend at night, and he blamed night terrors. And I have a whole bit about this, him blaming the night terrors, and it's hilarious. To me, it's hilarious. It's like he actually goes on a wild police chase while sleepwalking and sleep driving, and he gets sleep arrested, and then he wakes up in prison, that sort of thing. Yeah, so he's been really busy, it turns out, dealing with a breakup. And yeah, I don't really know. I don't think it was a serial killer or anything. I think it was like just a... I don't know if the night terror thing is true, you know? I don't know if he's on death row. I haven't looked up his case or anything. I mean, Brian Miller just got put on death row like a year or two ago. And he got picked up by police and put in jail or prison in like 2015. So, oh, and sorry, back to Brian Miller. The interesting thing about him is he had a bench trial, which means no jury, because the evidence was so gruesome. They didn't want a jury to like judge. Like, I think he was obviously guilty. I think that's why they do the bench trial. Like, they know the jury's gonna say he's guilty, but they're trying to get like a lesser sentence or something like that. Okay, so Chris, we talked about Brian, Chris. The next person is Anthony Milan Ross. So this guy, I didn't really know him, but there's a place called Nile Coffee Shop in downtown Mesa, and it sells vegan baked goods, vegan sandwiches, vegan coffee. And I love that place. I filmed some sketches there. They were doing like a vegan event. Like, there was a bodybuilder who was vegan. He was talking. They set up like a stage in the coffee shop. He was talking. And then Anthony was on the side. He had written a book. He was trying to just kind of peddle his book to us. He lost like 100 pounds or 150 pounds, like some amount of weight, being vegan and changing his life. He was like overweight, and now he wasn't. And he credits the vegan diet. And he had like, I guess he just seemed like, he seemed really wholesome. And like, I heard, I don't know if it's true, I can't find any evidence of this. I don't know where I heard this, but he had a Food Network show in the works, which is like, to me, the comedy special for chefs. So he had everything going for him. He had a previous family that he wasn't with anymore. He has like daughters from a previous family, but he's with a new family. He has like a new wife, a baby, a boy that's, I don't know how old he was. He was under 10, but he may have been 10. But anyways, everything's going great for this guy. And then I get a message on Instagram from my friend Parco, who's a vegan and a filmmaker, and I didn't know he knew who Anthony was, but he was just like sad. He just was alarmed and sad. He's like, April, that this vegan chef just murdered his family on Christmas Day, the morning of Christmas Day, or sometime on Christmas Day. And I was like, oh my God, I went to that guy's book signing by accident, and I met him, I shook hands with him. Oh my gosh. He must have mistaken his family for protein and vegetables. Yeah, it's really sad. Because he had just done a video the night before with his son, like a cute Christmas Eve video, and what a way to throw your life away. His previous family said, I read somewhere that his previous family was saying he had anger issues, but I think he didn't have enough protein. And I bet his defense, I don't know what's going on with him with the court thing. I haven't looked that far into it, like if he's on death row or whatever. Yeah, I think they're gonna use, his lawyers plan to use in his defense that he didn't have enough protein. I think they're gonna use that. It's worth a try, because when you don't have enough protein or carbs, you know, it's like you're gonna be grumpy and stuff. So there's that guy. It's kind of weird that I have a joke about him. I have a joke about him, like how he's gonna do Chopped, the prison version, where you have to take like a contraband toothbrush and some 5-day-old split pea soup and try to make a wedding cake out of it with stuff that's at the prison, like whatever you can find. That goes well. So now let's get on to the victims. Oh, the victims. I know some victims. Uh-oh. You all might know some victims. A lot of times when I mention that I know murderers, somebody will say like, oh, like if I talk about it in my stand-up, somebody after the show will be like, oh, actually my friend's ex-boyfriend's roommate murdered someone. Oh, okay. Like there'll be like this weird 3 or 6 degree separation. So you might know someone like that, where your friend's friend went through something horrific, or your family member's best friend went through something. That kind of comes up. Okay, so victims. How do I know them? So Amy Osowski. She got murdered a couple years ago. I feel so bad. I'm starting to be sad, actually, talking about this. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep it together. She was, when I had moved out for the first time out of my parents' house when I was 28 years old, I got a duplex in Mesa, Arizona, near Broadway and Mesa Drive, or like Main and Mesa Drive, between there. I was like decorating it, and I wanted to go with a Tim Burton theme. By the way, this is the boat we were supposed to be on. I'm kind of on it now. I'll take a little pause. You can like drink your boba. You can like take a bathroom break if you don't want to bring your phone into the bathroom with you. There's gonna be an ass load of people coming off that boat in a second. Okay. I don't think this is a good time to talk about victims. It's too happy. Okay, I'll try to talk about this. Should I? I might just wait to talk about this part. So I was decorating my duplex like Tim Burton in Candyland, and I went to Amy's store in downtown Mesa. It was called Lulu Bell Toy Bodega. They mostly did online sales, but she had like really cool decor, like Tara McPherson art, Mark Ryden type art. Who else? Mob Graves type art. And I'm like, I need to get some Tara McPherson, frame it, put it on my wall. So she really helped me decorate my place. And then I actually saw her husband murdered her a couple years ago. And sorry, the music is throwing me off. Bad timing. Her husband, Billy Joel. Billy Joel's on the Murders I Know episode. Maybe you guys can't even hear it because I have a microphone. Okay, so her husband murdered her. And it wasn't even like her first husband. I think they were just, I don't know if they were married or not, but they were doing, I heard from like a local coffee shop, the Organic Bean Cafe, that they were doing a juice cleanse together and getting closer to God, and then he murdered her. So, you know how that goes. Get closer to God, and then you think everyone needs to get closer to God in the grave. Yeah. I don't even know if he killed himself. I think he just killed her. I mean, if I'm juicing, juice cleansing, I'm probably not gonna feel good. I'm probably gonna start seeing things, hallucinating things. But I miss her. She's on, if you look on my YouTube, there's another podcast called The Improv Podcast. She's on episode 3. That's her. If you want to see anyone on my channel, the podcast section of my YouTube channel, The Improv Podcast, episode 3. That's where she's at. That's where Amy's at. I watch it just to remember her. It's so hard to forget her. I mean, it's hard to forget her. Okay, so another victim was from my high school. This was like right after I graduated high school, like 3 years after. I heard she died when I was getting ready for Death of a Salesman. I was about to be in Death of a Salesman as Letta, just a minor part. And this person is on Netflix, by the way. Her name is Robin Blasnick. She went to Mountain View High School with me. I didn't know her that much. but she was part of the... I remember being scared, like, because I took the bus at the time, but people were being randomly shot on Gilbert Road in Mesa, Arizona, and Stapley Drive. So it was the... Ooh, I forgot the name of the person. It was two guys just shooting, but also there was a baseline killer going on at the time. So... I might pause it. I hope it's not too loud for you guys. There's people talking. There was the baseline killer, and then... Hey, Roy, do you remember the killers, like, during the baseline killer, and then there was two other people shooting people in 2006 in Arizona? I forgot their names. I was just looking it up the other day.
I don't recall the names, but I do remember.
Yeah, okay.
There's been weird things going on. Even on the highway, the shooter on the highway.
Oh yeah, the guy. There's also a guy on the I-10. I don't know him, but there was a guy on the I-10 west, on the west side, who was just shooting people on the freeway, like shooting at cars on the freeway. He said he didn't do it, but then like as soon as they arrested him, suddenly they stopped. Like anytime I've noticed, even with the Stapley Drive, Gilbert Road killers, the two guys that were shooting, they're actually going around the whole valley shooting people in Phoenix, but like they'll say that they're not doing it, but then as soon as they get arrested, all of it stops. Like they were on a rampage for a year before they got caught. Yeah, so they shot her, and Robin Blasnick is on a Netflix show, like the crime. These shooters are mentioned on a Netflix show. I forgot the name of the show. They're also mentioned on like a Tubi show, and but at the time, everyone thought the baseline killer and these two guys were the same people. But the baseline killer was targeting people at bus stops, so that's why I was afraid to like take the bus, the city bus at the time. I took the city bus for like, I don't know, 2003 to like 2010. I'm gonna let this family pass by.
Only a good guy.
Little bit of break. We're going to her house after this. Okay. Yeah, so Robin Blasnick. She was so sweet. I think she was actually just special ed. So she was out one night. She was out one night in a neighbor, like walking at 11 p.m. when she got shot. And it's a neighborhood I used to walk to pick up my brother from Montessori school. I had to go pick up my brother. I went to regular school, and my brother went to like a private school because he just wasn't learning very well at elementary school or in the regular school system. So I'd walk from like junior high, I'd walk a mile home, and then walk a mile in another direction to go pick up my brother and like sign him out of the Montessori school by 5 p.m. so my parents don't get charged for it. And it turns out that's where she was walking and got shot, but she walked because at night, she was outside at night, I don't know why. And they randomly shot her, they didn't know her. And it turns out one of the guys from the two shooters that killed Robin Blasnick, I know their brother, and he's so nice. I actually did comedy. Hey Roy, can you look up like on Google? Can you search I forgot his name. It's like I just saw him on my Facebook. Two shooters, 2006, Mesa. Tell me what names come up, because I'm so glad I have live fact checking. Yeah, it turns out one of the shooters, I know his brother on Facebook, and he hired me to do a comedy show in Safford, Arizona. There's a train here. He hired me to do a comedy show at 2 p.m. for like kids and their families. And I had to make sure all my jokes are squeaky clean, which they usually are, but I went through and scrubbed them even more.
That was in Mesa, Arizona?
Yeah, 2006, the two shooters that were like in a car, they were just randomly shooting people. Because like the last name, Hausner, that's one of the last names.
Okay. Dale
So-
Hausner and Samuel.
Oh, Dale Hausner and...
Diamond.
Can I see the name? Oh yeah, so the two shooters that killed Robin Blasnick were Dale Hausner and Samuel Dietman. And I know Dale Hausner's brother, so I know he's a Hausner. I forgot his first name, but he's so nice. And he actually did something on Tubi. He did one of the episodes on like a true crime series on Tubi where he actually met with some of the victims' families to like give them closure. Dale Hausner's brother went and gave closure to people for his brother because his brother won't do it. I think his brother ended up killing himself in prison. Unaliving himself in prison. Yeah, so Robin Blasnick, she graduated Mountain View High School with me in 2003. May 29th, 2003. I recently had to get a mammogram, and I posted about it on Facebook, my first mammogram, and I don't really have boobs, so it's kind of difficult. And the tech was trying to she does all these acrobats to try to get my boobs into the machine and stuff, and there's just not much there. But she's trying to be really nice, and she's like, you have a lot there, don't worry. I'm like, no, it's good that I don't have a lot there. I may not have as much cancer if you detect anything, hopefully. I have to redo that mammogram, by the way. They didn't get a good scan. I have very dense boobs. The doctor came back and said, you have dense boobs. You gotta do it again, so that's gonna hurt. But I posted on Facebook that I had a mammogram for the first time at 40, and then all my 2003 fellow high school graduates commented, some of them, 2 or 3 of them, and then I commented randomly, we're doing this for Robin Blasnick, since she didn't get to do it. She probably died at 20 or 21. And I just remember getting ready for Death of a Salesman, doing my makeup at the Mesa Community College Theater makeup place and area, and I was like, what? I was in my 50s outfit with my fake diamonds, and I'm like, what? She died? I just was sitting there thinking about it, what? We just graduated high school. She's already been shot. And then I was afraid to take the bus that night. Some of the buses in Mesa, Arizona don't run after 6 p.m. So that's so scary. So freaking scary. That was my first big worry in my life, besides, bullies in school. Okay. Oh, so we're almost to the end of the podcast. I have a few more things to cover. I appreciate you listening. And you can look up any of these people. If you want me to put their name, if you need clarification on their name spelling, I can do that for you. Just let me know in the comments. We have a viewer question. Today's question comes from Bobby in Los Angeles. He asks, do you live in LA? Yes, I do. I travel for work, so sometimes I'm somewhere else. Thank you, Bobby in LA, for asking that question. I want to give a shout out to my manager, Tony. He's the reason for this podcast. In season 1, I haven't mentioned it in season 2 much, but the reason for this podcast was I was posting stories in my Instagram stories for a few years and not sharing them as posts in my Instagram. And they were pretty entertaining, I guess, according to my manager. And he wants me to have more content. So he said hey, how about you try to stay out of your stories. Don't post in your stories except about your shows and about, your email list and just stuff that's more comedy, promoting your comedy, and keep the interesting stuff on your feed. Post, if you're gonna make videos, don't hide in your stories, post them on your feed and post reels and stuff like that. So, and he's like, why not have a podcast? If there's stuff you want to talk about from your week, then let's have a podcast. But this season, I have been avoiding talking about my roommates. So each episode in season 2 has a theme, so that's why this season's a little different. And I wanted this season to be different. I didn't want it to be the same as last season. Just kind of want to see what works. But anyways, my manager Tony started his dream job on September 22nd. I just want to say congratulations to Tony. He basically works for the company that does Coachella and did Kevin Hart's tour. So that's his dream job, and he's in training right now, and it pays a lot more, so I'm really proud of you, Tony. He manages me, but I'm not bringing in the big bucks just yet. I will be, though. Don't worry. Don't worry, it'll happen. I'm only 40. So I have some comedy shows coming up. Again, I've been opening for Helen Hong. I'm doing it tonight, but by the time you see this, it'll be Sunday, and the show would have been last night, which is today. So, Stir Crazy has been good to me. I did a show on Wednesday, which it was a showcase with some friends I know, like some friends in Phoenix, and then now I'm like opening for a big comedian, and I've been there 3 times this trip, so it's been great. Helen Hong has been on, I didn't know this, but she's the voice of Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And I love that NPR show. And then she's on Parks and Rec, the 2017 episode, and she has some comedy specials. She has some Don't Tell comedy specials. I'm just like tickled that I get to open for her at all. Like, it's just amazing that she's trusting me with that. My next comedy shows are in California. October 3rd, Comedy Chateau. And October 22nd, Tribal Cafe. They're on my website, aprilwalterscheid.com. And if you go to aprilwalterscheid.com, there's comedy shows. You can sign up for my email list. You can find my email address to contact me. You can contact my manager. You can contact my commercial agent. I'm still looking for a theatrical. Only one more episode left in season 2. Episode 9 is going to be next Sunday, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about my roommates, guys. We're going to put it in one episode. It's going to be the roommates episode. I'll call it something like that. I'll call it like the avoidance episode 2 or the anti-avoidance, because episode 1 was called the avoidance episode, which is me talking about my roommates. But episode 9, the last one of season 2, I might call it anti-avoidance or the unavoidance episode, just to like do a callback, you know. But thank you for watching today. Hope you enjoyed your boba tea, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you did at the beginning, thank you. There's a bee by my camera. Oh, cute. How cute. Oh, he's right there. How cute. Thank you to Roy for helping me with this podcast episode and keeping me getting my papers when they blew away. He just bowed. Yeah, bow. Thank you, Roy. Thank you. We got some help. It's great. Yeah, thank you guys. Hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching.